Hi, Scorpio. Happy birthday to a lot of you. Happy birthday, Venita. If this reading is on her birthday, should be it's the 17th. So I hope everybody is having a good time. Let's get into your final 10 for November. All right, Scorpion, let's go. Great. Okay. There is an increase, there is an improvement. At the same time, after news of this improvement, there's like a standstill. Okay. You could be waiting on some kind of news from your boss, or maybe you're like sending a message to your boss and you got to hear back from them before you make a decision. But I feel like you already know what you're going to do. It's not that you need to make a decision, it's that you need them to be there to hear it. Maybe you're like altering the presentation of that of something. It seems work related, right? Something to do with your professional life. Maybe if you don't work for somebody else, maybe you're the boss, maybe you have something that you need a certain thing to open. You're waiting on some kind of statute before you do this. All right. I don't know. Something. It's an idea. Either it's a verbal idea from communication or it could be written. So, or like expressed in some other ideological way. All right. I feel like you recently came into some money or got an apology from somebody. I feel like this person figured you would accept their apology, but some part of you always is like wondering if they mean it or do they have the best of intentions. I feel like you still kind of suspect that things are not going to be as perfect with that, but you got your ears open and your eyes peeled, right? So you're vetting the circumstance. You're vetting the apology. You want to know how much this person means it. I feel like they could have caused you some financial loss or health concerns. I see you winning. You've been moving very fast. I'm seeing a fast car or two. I've been traveling in two different vehicles. Am I making sense? Recently, two different vehicles. Keep getting that. Okay, so the last thing I'm seeing here is you got a lot of love on your mind, not on your mind, but in your heart. Like on your mind, you have like a choice. Maybe you have a choice to decide and you're intellectualizing that challenge. But in your heart space, you feel loved and you feel like ready to give love. You feel very uh, enthused and very feminine and very generous and very stable at this time. You don't feel so chaotic. The next thing is the wheel. It's going to be your time on the wheel of fortune. Nobody can stay on top forever, but it's your time that you're going to be on top for some period of time. Final 10 year. Others are seeing that you may have pulled back some kind of energy. They feel like you could be very sneaky or delaying responding to them. They feel like they don't know where you went with the trust. And they can't get a straight answer out of you. If that's a better way to put it. They can't get a straight answer out of you. And in the outcome here, I feel like you are could be ending some kind of contract. I feel like for your mental health or your own sanity, your own healing journey, you're going to be uh, calling something to an end, some kind of financial dealing or living arrangement, stable arrangement, right? You're putting that to the end. Maybe you're terminating a contract or a lease. Maybe you're giving up one apartment for the other. And that's how I am perceiving it. So if there's a person on your mind the most, let's see your energy toward each other right now. Scorpio to their person, the person's Scorpion. Scorpio to the person, Scorpion. Page of Swords, Knight of Swords, the Sun. Their cards are Temperance, Six of Swords, and the Four of Pentacles. The outcome is the Death and the Seven of Swords. with the Ace of Wands on the bottom. Okay, so you could be watching somebody seriously who may have had some mean words to say or something like that. Maybe you're doing some stalking or some research on this person. You want to know what they're up to, or maybe they said something crazy. But they have their back turned towards you, right? I feel like you're trying to get some information about this person. You are in a jolly mood, though. You don't really know what's missing. You don't feel like anything's missing. And this person here could be being patient, could be waiting here, waiting for you, maybe. I think they're waiting on your message. And you're like watching, but you're not saying something. You're not saying anything. But I feel like you do have a lot of love for this person. This person is like trying to be balanced. They're trying to approach this in a balanced way. Maybe they could have a lot to say, but they're just not saying it. And I feel like you two are going to move on to a more peaceful time, a stable time. This person is trying to make the best decisions, just not acting rashly. Okay. In the outcome, I see a big transformation here for you. I feel like you're going to be telling people a lot less about yourself. You're going to try to make things happen without being as available for people. And I feel like you're taking this step back to be a new you. Maybe you feel like you can't really trust people with the details of your life. So you're just going to be telling people less. You're going to say less. You're going to reveal less. It may come off a little cocky or shady to people, but you don't really give a shit. You're more interested in the next level of development. And I see that that is happening for you. All right, Scorpion. I love you guys. See you later.